Hi everyone, it's Tina from Antibodies, so time for February favorites. Okay, BB creams. I've been trying to get through a ton of them. I love them. So the ones I've been working on through February are these. They're from Skin 79. They're the Super Plus. I don't know if they're a range. There's the orange one, which is the SPF 50 plus. This has whitening and wrinkle protection. Then you've got the gold one, which is 25 SPF 25 plus wrinkle protection. But yeah, there's a ton of different ingredients in there. Honestly, there's about 40 or so ingredients if you look at the box, and it's quite easy to get lost in all the stuff that they say that they've sort of got in them. But I find them as the thickest BB creams that I have, and I tend to start here with a tiny half than a pea size amount, and I work my way out. They're very creamy. I have pre-swatched them. So the orange one, the 50 plus, is this one. It's more of the yellowy tone to it, as you can see, and I've used way too much. I just wanted it to show up so you can see it on camera. And this one, the gold one, is the pink tone one. It has a slight grey cast. I can actually get away with both of them because, as I said, use them very sheerly, and it depends. I might wear them on their own, or I might, depends what I put over the top as far as a powder. But they do not look like that on my skin once I sort of shear them out really well. So they're great as my SPF for the day. They're like the tinted moisturizer slash SPF, so many other things that they sort of offer, but I've been enjoying them. But they are, like I said, very thick. They're very thick a little bit. Okay, another thing I've been trying to get through, but I love, now how do you say this, Antibodies. This is made in New Zealand, as I've joked before, like me. It's a skincare range. I get it at Priceline, and I tend to pick it up when they've had, like, you know, the super specials, whether it be, you know, 20, 30, 40%. And I don't know why I swatched it. It's just a cream. This is the avocado pear nourishing night cream. But I think I just wanted an excuse to smell it. Oh gosh, it's got like bergamot, sandalwood, patchouli, lang lang, some of my favorite scents. So a lot of their skin, I mean, on one hand, if you probably don't like heavy scents where you just can't stand fragrance in your skincare, you probably want to research this a little bit more, or try all the testers, because it can be quite overwhelming. When I put this on last night, and as he does most nights when I use it, he goes, "Oh, there's that lavender again," and I'm going, "Oh, it's actually probably a mixture of all the other scents in there, which I love." But you know, you've got to like them. But there's a ton of different things in this range. I'm using this as my night cream. I love it. Smells great, feels good. I wake up in the morning, my skin feels lovely. But this was in the little, I think, limited edition little boxes. I grabbed a couple of them. This is the second lot. You got this in a little serum. I probably prefer the creams over the serums, but you can mix them or use one over the other or whatever. But I love that. And like I said, have a look at the whole range online. No, I'm not sponsored for that. I just really love the feel. Price on special. Of course, though, for other sort of more natural skincare as well, I do love, because this has avocado oil, Venezia grape, Manuka honey. There's a ton of different ones that I love. Also Australian, which I like Sukin. Well, it's olive by Langlois. I mean, they're all sort of great, more that have some of those certified organic ingredients. And obviously, like I said, this is New Zealand. Those are Australian, and they're a little bit cheaper. But I love that. If you can get it on special, it's worth it. Ooh, I'm going over my talk limit. This one, I think I mentioned this other month, but I've just been going it as my everyday sunscreen. Like if I'm using a BB cream that has a lot of sunscreen, it just depends. This is 30 plus Nivea. It's lightweight, love the feel. Oh gosh, I've got to clean that little tube there, but it's great. I got it on special. I think it's quite pricey. I think it's normally about $10. I got it on special for, gosh, I'm going to say $7 for the 50 mils, but it's nice, light, easy to put on. Doesn't have that greasy feel. More skincare. This is the Witch Naturally Clear Blemish Stick, but it's like, you know, witch hazel in a gel stick form. Oh my gosh, that you push up. I've literally used it all up. It's just about to go in my empties. This is my third one now. 10 grams. I've grabbed this at Priceline when they've had sort of specials and stuff. I love it though. Whenever I get something coming through, I mean, I used to use a lot of the Clearasil and all those, you know, to target acne and coming on and blah blah blah. But anything I feel like a tingle or something, I'll put this on, and it really does help. It does, you know, it can be drying though, witch hazel, but I love it. You can look at the website witchskincare.com. So this is UK. This is actually a UK product, but I really do love it. I've got one in my kit as well, if there's anything untoward. I'm talking too much. I'm going to skip over to tools to break it up. So this is a little tool. You may be familiar with these. It's a depotting tool. You can get it at different websites. It even looks like something you'd use in woodwork or beadwork or something. I got it on makeupandglow.com.au, like to put in my kit. So I've got one in my kit, and I've actually got a personal one. I can't remember what they were. It could be $7, $8 or something. Probably overpriced for what it is. But I've been trying to encourage myself to use a lot of my single eyeshadows and blushes in there. I've been going through and depotting them into my. I've got quite a few Z palettes. And I think, so when I open it up now, I can actually see them and start to use more of them as well. I've really only just spent the month doing that, so I don't have any favorites yet to show you from those ones. But that's the thing that I've been trying to do. Obviously, I use it a lot when I was putting stuff into palettes for my kit, but I didn't really do it too much for myself. So that was a favorite. It made it a lot easier. I mean, honestly, it's like some similar tools that I've seen, like I said, in beadwork, but also crocheting. So maybe if you've got those little crocheting tools, the better ones, not the plastic ones, you might be able to do the same thing. What else? Skipping into blushes and bronzers. Honestly, there's a slew of them. I did a swap recently with a lovely Tanja. Was it Tanja? I should have asked how to pronounce it, but I'm going to say Tanja. Great, lovely lady. She's actually got an Instagram account. I believe she's a makeup artist as well. I'll put it here, but I'll put the details down below as well. Fantastic swap. I've been doing like swaps and trades and selling and all this sort of stuff over the last probably 5 or 6 months, and some people have been very patient with me because I delayed getting the photos up and all that. But we do all that, the photos and, you know, details and everything before it's all sort of swapped over. But standout one is this one. This is the Guerlain, is it? Guerlain Terracotta Mineral. It's like a bronzing powder. There's Flawless Bronzing Powder here. I'm not going to say the actual. No, I hope that shows up. Gosh, I got to get one of those little remotes. So this is an 01 Light, and to be completely honest, I'm not a big fan of loose powders, even though I used to make, you know, loose mineral powder and the like. But I just tend to get it everywhere. It's just for me. But it's one of these, instead of having those like larger whole ones or the turn sifter or divider, this has that sort of fabric, or maybe it's a thick plastic sieve, so you can see. So I've just been trying to be very careful, but hopefully that colour shows up. It's a beautiful soft powder. I'm just going to use this brush. You can sort of see it there, and it's a lovely bronzer sort of for me. Like, I'm not the darkest one, and even though if I spent more time in the sun, I could probably go a nice sort of shade of brown, a little bit sort of more reddish as far as sort of bronzers go. As you can see, probably looks orange on me, but with the lightest touch, it is a lovely sort of bronzing powder. It's matte, which was a big thumbs up for me. I love matte. She actually gave me two. They were brand new as well. So we did a trade of, you know, new stuff, swatch stuff, new stuff. So all that sort of thing is around it. We've got to be very clear and specific about what is what. But yeah, I just love the packaging as well. As far as Guerlain, I've only got, I think, 1 or 2 sort of blushes in them. It's not something that I tend to buy a lot, only because of the sort of price, I guess, in Australia. But it's a beautiful packaging. Thank you so much, Tanya. I've been very much enjoying that. So I just love this, very light. Like I said, I haven't tried too many loose, especially loose bronzers. I tend to go for compact ones, but I always go to matte ones because I like to use them as, or alternate them as, contour powders. But it's very much like my Too Faced ones. Now these are my favourite ones, and I just wanted to mention them because I'm so proud that I actually hit pan. I hit pan on this one, the milk chocolate one, the light medium one, you know, months ago. But I've been very bad in trying to use this one. This is one that I got in a set. So that, you know, 2 different packaging. You've got the gold and the brown one. I flashed my background there in the mirror, but I've been making myself go back and trying to use all of that up. It's still good. It still has the fragrance, still nice and soft and velvety and lovely. So making myself use that. Also hit pan in the dark medium one, which is here. I'll show you the difference. I've done it before, but I finally hit pan in this one. But you can see the difference. So more contour, more bronzer. more bronzer, more it depends. Like I can mix them to get that, depending on what I've got going on or what I want to achieve, the drama, day or night. But really, I mean, you know, contour is make 1 to 2 shades deeper, darker. But I love those. But what I mean is it's nice and light and soft and velvety, like that one. Yeah, so a lovely, lovely thing to try. So that was great. I was chuffed with that. And you know, I swapped like Lorac and Tarte and MAC and all that sort of stuff. So another one that I've been enjoying from that is a blush. Couldn't resist a blush. I grabbed actually 3, which some are more highlighter, some are more blush, from Mary Kay. Now I've never tried anything from Mary Kay, so this was a great thing for me, and they were new, they're in the box. One thing I'll mention first though, it actually has the expiry date. I know a lot of products, you know, have the batch date on it, like a lot of the Estee Lauder have a special batch code that you have to interpret, but this actually has the proper date. So September 2015, the expiry. So I'm like, hello. Oh, I just dropped something on the floor. So that's really, I like that. But you probably noticed, and I've been trying to get back into this habit, little stickers. I've been doing it too on a lot of things as well. You know, when I first building up my collection, I had little stickers on it. One dating when I opened it, but if it was like a new product and I just had left it sitting somewhere, I put the date of when I bought it, so I would sort of keep track of sort of everything. And it's a habit I fell out of over the last few months, but I made myself get back on track again. I've been going through, even having to watch videos to work out some of the dates as well with certain things. When I say last few months, it's more been like 5 months. I sort of fell out of track, easily out of track. But I kept doing it in my kit. It's something you have to, well, I think that's essential in your kit and stuff like that to do anyway. But, you know, personally, I just sort of got lazy, really. So I've been enjoying going through and resorting stuff. And in the process, rediscovered my Too Faced Cocoa Powder Foundation. This is that matte rose petal finish light medium. Now, this is one of the newer ones that, oh, sorry, the powders that Too Faced came out with, but it's that cocoa infused. Ooh, smells sweeter than these ones, sort of powder, but I just sort of shoved it at the back when I've been getting new things in with swaps and trades or beauty boxes. But it's a beautiful lightweight powder. I love the smell, I love the fragrance. If you don't like that cocoa scent, like that sweet fake cocoa scent, you know, remember those rubbers at school, or maybe you had the chocolate flavor scented ones, not flavored, you don't eat your erasers or rubbers, yeah, so that has that scent, but I love it. I love it as a powder. I think I have been talking a lot. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But you're just talking about this blush, and I forgot to actually show you properly. It's a beautiful pattern. They're gorgeous. All of them have a beautiful pattern in them. You will probably see them over the next few months in favourite videos anyway, because I've been slowly going through and trying stuff from that one. And it was a shame. Australia Post pretty much misplaced her parcel for a couple of weeks, so I got that time to enjoy their products, because we literally sent them on the same day, and we're in, you know, we're in Sydney or New South Wales and that, and yeah, so I felt bad, but it turned up safe and sound, thankfully. But this is a beautiful corally colour, soft, velvety, beautiful sheen to it. Oh gosh, I've got that collection too. Soft, velvety, beautiful sort of sheen to it. Sorry, that's the California Kissing Benefit Gel loop under there, but beautiful. And it actually reminds me of this. This is an Essence one. Essence Cosmetics, I love the quality, and the price point I think is absolutely great. Be Loud Blush. Sorry, Reflection #1 Apricot. So that's what I should say. It's more of an apricot-y coral. And when you, oh, I don't want to do that, but swirl it all around. Quite similar. It's a little bit lighter, of course. Roll it around. It's a completely different shade, as you can see there. Very much feel a lot alike in the finish, the texture, the stain powder, and stain powder, and the pigmentation. So I'll skip over to tools. You probably see me use this one. This is a Dalam Tools brush 945. I love how they have all that on the handle. I love their brushes because they have a mix of synthetic and natural bristles. I can't remember what this is. I'll put, like I said, all the details there. But the price point is really good for the quality of the brushes. I really think some of them are comparable to MAC. I don't have a ton of MAC brushes, but they're very much comparable, or they're synthetic ones, to the Real Technique ones that I love. Sigma brushes. I'm just thinking a whole ton of different ones that I really enjoy. I mean, my favorite natural bristled ones are Ray Morris, but they're pricey, and then like Wayne Goss, but some of them are very similar. Anyway, that is that brush, and I've been enjoying this for my contouring, my highlighting, a lot of different things, blush even this month. Lovely brush. But yeah, I normally get them from iMats. I stuck up there. Or you know, you can get them from iHerb. A lot of people love that here, so I'll put my code down below, but you know, you get your code when you sign up. So I love that one. And I've been I mention it because I've been trying to get into my other brushes. Like what I tend to do is I'll deep cleanse my favorite brushes. I've got another like lot that I use, and then I forget about all the other ones. But good. This is from Senna. It's the Angle Contour 38 brush. I got this at iMats last year. It's from Donna Me Cosmetics, and it's I've been loving this for cream and blush. I've been trying to make myself use all those sorts of things, but I love it. And even for I have, it's my Be Nice sort of setting powder. Like once I've done my moisturizer, if I don't have time to let it set in, I will just tiny little amount set it with this brush. Even though this is synthetic, I love it. It's really good for that. Light sort of dab stippling motion on it. And you know, from Wayne Goss, I saw Wayne Goss sort of mention that, and it's helped a lot with my oily skin in this hot weather. And it's other brushes too. I've been trying to make myself use my kabuki brushes, which get neglected. This came with the Guerlain bronzer, but I think, gosh, it gets really messy too. Like this, I probably should have tried to only take half the paper. It was really hard. It's easier with the ones that have the plastic larger holes. You can just sort of poke through which holes you want to sort of use. That sounds so wrong, but yeah, it's just messy. It's just, I don't think quite the thing for that one. Or it's better if you have it like you've seen here. It's easier to control it like that, but you get so much fly away. I dab a little bit with this one, like the larger ones, which are great, and you get more control with it. Still great for contouring and all that sort of stuff. You can use it, so still great to use it that way. It's a lovely brush though. Thank you, Tanja. I don't mean it like that. So, but also this one, if I'm wanting to do my décolletage as well. You know, I don't want to put sort of sparklier things there, like matte. If I'm going to make it look bronzy, I want it to be sort of matte. Because my husband actually pointed out to me quite a while ago, and he said a couple of times, as I go into drop into bad habits with some of my bronzers, is that he goes, oh, you've got sparkly boobs. And he said it looked like I was sweating with anything that has the glitter or the radiance sort of there, even though I think a lot of women think it looks so great and it makes the skin look fresh. It does tend to, depending on what color, the shade, and how chunky it is, makes you look yeah, like you got sparkly boobs. It's just funny. So I prefer matte, so I like the larger, flatter ones. And this is a Royal Landical. That was what I tried to think. That's another favorite that I get at iMats. Fantastic quality brushes for the prices. I think, I know some people would disagree with me, but yes, that's pretty much it. And I don't have much time to talk now.